we go. Cooler there. Right. Get moving and get some air up then.
Yeah.
Now, I hear the discussions of the shed went along the similar lines of what you'd intimated the other day. Roughly.
2 seconds. Yeah, you know what it's like having a conversation with him. It's like you want to just poke your eyes out. But it's quite good.
If I said no comment, would that be tactful?
Yeah. It was quite useful having Keith there as well.
Yeah.
And for the first time, all of the vintage carriage project board meetings, I threw in the need for the railway to look at other groups. So in particular, called out you guys and said we have to make provision for other covered accommodation.
Yeah.
And I could just see a certain person wasn't very happy about that being thrown in.
No.
He's got to realise it's not all about him, it's not all about what they want.
No. I mean...
And funnily enough, in a subsequent conversation, Andrew Young also reinforced that quite heavily.
Yeah.
He said, the railway's got to think more than just a couple of years down the line. And really, the Stone Dock option gives you far more options.
We should be looking at a 10-20-year project. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And this has always been my view that you need to be looking the years 2026 and not be thinking what we want to be in 2030, 2040, 2045, you know.
Graham also reminded me about something that I haven't put in that document yet, which I can do, which was using the dock infill for Cranmore West, like you said previously.
Yeah, I marked up this morning.
I completely forgot. I know, because he came to me and said, "Can we talk about Cranmore West?"
Yeah.
I said yes. I thought, well, I know it's on the board agenda anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Graham reminded me, that's where we could dump some of that spoil to save money.
Absolutely. So your 100,000 demolition cost suddenly probably only becomes about 50, 60,000 demolition cost.
Well, if we get Corby to take some of it, that will reduce the cost right down anyway.
Yeah.
Not for his current project, but for the other one over the other side.
Right. And you've got potential that with a couple of excavators and some wagons, you could probably dump a couple of thousand tons off the end of the world as well. So there's another 10 to 20 grand gone out of the way for the cost of a couple of grand hiring an excavator. So all of a sudden, that 100,000 could become 25,000. Which, yeah, I mean, alright, as I said to you, I don't want to get hamstrung in a long-term thing that's going to mean that we don't get a shed until the year 2031. That's very counterproductive.
Yeah.
But Graham's just come back and said, the idea was, if our shed is modular, which it would be, is there anything to stop it being put in next year, and then in 5 years' time uproot it and plant it and join it with something else?
That's what I was thinking. Well, actually, what I was thinking of is something that's modular now, as in the short term for you, for where you are at the moment or similar.
Yeah.
And in the longer term, when you want to build your slatted shed and so on, that's in front of where the vintage carriage one is.
Yeah.
The temporary one then becomes a covered accommodation in front of City Mess.
Yeah. You just subsume it into something else. Yeah, exactly. So, and to be fair, if we did build roughly where we are now, and we spent an hour and a half talking about this and measuring it out last night, if we did build it there now, it means removal of the dock and everything down there is completely unimpeded.
Correct.
So you can carry on and build it. We've still got our shelter.
Right.
And then ultimately, when that's done, we just go, alright, we'll move out for a couple of weeks, you take all the ones off, you unbolt the portals, move it down there and do it bolt back together again.
So you really just want to find something that's the cheapest way to get to covered accommodation where you currently are.
Well, either we do that or we do buy something that is permanent that can be moved.
Yeah, you can do either way. You just don't want to end up spending the money twice.
No. Or having something that can be incorporated, that's the problem. Well, I don't mind spending getting them.
Those are getting considerably closer now.
They hit training on Saturday.
Oh, did they?
They were on the track. The first steam train down. If you look inside the Ibert and the first two coaches, the score marks all down the side of it.
They've dried out and dropped down, haven't they?
Yeah. It was suggested by the chap Keith and Jim and Graham Watters one day the S&T department might come to the rescue and fire up the 08 and a wagon and come down here with a couple of chainsaws and move, not all of it, but the worst of it away and ship it down and chuck it off the end of the world for the idea.
Unless you've got somebody that's licensed to use a chainsaw.
Perhaps we won't use a chainsaw. Right, okay.
Roger's suddenly got a bit hot on chainsaws for some reason.
Have we got anyone who is?
No, I don't think we have.
In that case, maybe not then.
Well, that's right. You're better off just saying to Simon, get your man in to clear it, and it just doesn't take us any time.
Well, no, in which case I'm quite happy to come down on the day with the 08 and the wagon, then clear it and load it into it. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I said, if it's fouling the line, I'm stopping and moving it, because I'm not having it scratching to get me in.
No, that's right. That's right.
That was my view on Saturday. But yeah, you have a look at the Ibert and the first two, and you can see score marks all the way down the length.
Well, they'll be repainting that then, won't they?
Yes.
Or attempt to buff it down.
It'll probably T-cut. So yes, we shall see. So is it worth me pursuing more of an idea of our shed then? Because I've asked 3 companies to quote.
We'll see what they come back with, and give me whatever they come back with. We've got some drawings.
Yeah.
And then we can try and fit that in to the final solution.
Yeah.
And then work out what the interim solution is from there.
Yeah, I mean obviously there won't be full design drawings because it'd have to be done to incorporate that design, but it'd be a sketch design.
Budgetary design, yeah, just for budgetary purposes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've sort of said, look, I know you can't guarantee me a figure at the moment, it's going to be ballpark. I said, I accept that because a full-size survey might throw up something that's going to change it by 2, 3, 4 grand. I get that, but I want an idea of, is it going to be 20 to 30 grand, or is it going to be 50 to 60 grand, you know?
You just need to know what range it's going to be in.
Yeah, I can cope with a 5 grand variation, but I don't want a 15 grand variation.